Hi folks, welcome to Cooking with Brian. Today we are going to fix Brian's delicious tuna casserole. Here's how you make it.
Live for God Studio Productions.
This is Cooking with Brian, a cooking show with food that actually tastes great.
First thing you need, as tradition, is a cup of coffee. Without coffee, we just can't get it done, folks. Today, for your ingredients, you will need one large can of tuna, 12 ounce. At least a 12 ounce can. You could use about 2 or 3 small cans if that's what you got. You need 1 pound of fettuccine. You need some butter, preferably Blue Bonnet. Blue Bonnet has no lactose in it for you folks that are lactose intolerant. Also, you need 2 of these it's 8 ounce things of Kraft Natural Monterey Jack cheese. This is also lactose free, but most people would never know that, friends. Then you need some black pepper, some salt, and of course you got to have your coffee to keep her going, folks. Okay, your disclaimers for today is everything bad that happens, you accept full responsibility, including injuries, deaths, and all that stuff in your household or even out in your yard or anywhere else, folks. Anything good that happens is my fault. Anything bad that happens is your fault, folks. Keep that in mind. But overall, give the Lord the thanks, because if He didn't have Brian here to tell you how to do this, it would not be possible. So give the Lord the thanks, folks. Okay, folks, first thing you need is a large pan, and you need to fill it up with hot water and put it on the stove top to boil. Do not burn yourself, or it's your fault, folks. Okay, folks, you want to get your water boiling pretty good, and then cook your fettuccine and cook it to taste, just like you would cook spaghetti. After it boils for a while, make sure you keep stirring it so it don't stick together. Cook it just to taste. You have to taste it to get pasta right, friends. Cook it to where you know it's done, not overdone and not underdone. That al dente pasta stuff is nonsense. It's raw, hard. You don't know what you're doing cooking. So ignore that stuff. And you want to cook it until it... here's kind of a secret I noticed. When you cook pastas, when it gets done, usually you'll see kind of like a white fog in the water. That usually means it's done, folks. That doesn't happen 100% of the time, but most of the time it does. Just cook it until it's tender. Tender means it don't taste nasty, but it's not mushy. It's just at the very end of the hardness stage before it gets soft. That's where you want it. That's called tender, folks. Cook it to there and drain it. Okay, folks, after you drain your pasta, you want to put it in back in the pan, and you want to get a couple of large heaping tablespoons of butter, preferably not country crock, but Blue Bonnet. Blue Bonnet is lactose free. You want to put a few large overheaping tablespoons of Blue Bonnet in there and mix it all around in your pasta. Okay, folks, then you want to get you a, I don't know what this is. 4-quart maybe. Maybe 3-quart, I don't know what it is. And dump one of your 2 packets of Monterey Jack shredded cheese in the pan. You might want to consider spraying your pan to try to keep the cheese from sticking to it. Very good idea, friends. Do it. Dump your cheese in here. Put the burner on low because you want to very slowly melt this. You don't want to do it too fast. And you want to take some black pepper and you want to put approximately about between 1/4 and 1/3 of a teaspoon in there. Kind of just sprinkle it about the cheese. You don't want it all in one spot. Take you some garlic powder and just put about 6 dashes in there. Then take some onion powder and there's about 8 to 10 dashes in there. Now you want to let this slow cook until it melts together, stirring it. Alright, the chef's secret, so that your stuff doesn't taste like it needs a lot of salt, put you about maybe 10 dashes of salt in your water as you're boiling it for your pasta. Okay folks, after your noodles have boiled for approximately 15 minutes, you can start to try to taste some pieces of your pasta. So just take a little bit, put it on your plate, maybe put a little bit of salt on it. That's how I usually do it. And you taste it. If it's not done, keep cooking. Okay, that's our cheese currently. We had it just on low and we put it on about the same time we started to boil our water over there. We may have to turn it up from low to 1 to get it to start melting a little bit faster because our pasta will be done shortly. So I just now put it on 1 before the noodles are done. Okay folks, once your cheese is melted and you've mixed it all up good to where all your spices are mixed into the cheese, take your tuna, make sure you drained it first, and go ahead and dump it in here in your cheese and stir very, very occasionally. We're going to go ahead and put the burner on about 2 at this time, now that the tuna's mixed into it. That way it'll melt much easier, but we're not turning it up very far because we don't want it burning. Okay folks, when your pasta tastes like it is done, go ahead and turn your tuna cheese mix up to about 3.5 because it's only going to be a couple minutes before we take it out of here, so we want to get it kind of melting a little bit better and faster quickly. Go ahead and drain your pasta. We're going to go ahead and drain our pasta. Get all the water out of it. We're going to go ahead and dump it back in the pan that we just took it out of. Okay folks, and you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to bake on 425. Go ahead and start preheating your oven. You want to go ahead and put about, I don't know, at least a few good, several tablespoons of butter in here. It don't have to be exact, just put a good bit in there, that way it gives it a very good flavor, friends. Gives it good flavor. Now you notice we use Blue Bonnet, except no substitutes. Blue Bonnet contains 0 lactose. It's not even milk. It's like made of vegetables, friends. Vegetable oils. So, and it has no cholesterol, if you can believe that. Mix that up good. Okay, and then friends, take your tuna and your melted cheese and go ahead and dump it in here while it's nice and hot in here. Get it mixed up as quickly as you can. You gotta mix it very, very good, friends. Okay, folks, then you want to get you a large baking dish. Make sure you spray it. That way you don't pay for it later when it comes to cleanup. Go ahead and dump all your tuna noodles that's already been mixed up in here. Good luck cleaning your pots and pans. It'll be a disaster. You spread this out wall to wall in here. Okay, then take your other package of Monterey Jack cheese, 8 ounces. Make sure you sprinkle this across every portion that you can. Okay, folks, then you want to get some crackers. Ain't gonna be any particular one. Some saltines will work, or you can use these ones here like I did. It don't really matter how much you have. It's up to you on how much you want to put on there. Okay, folks, and just take you a fork and try to crunch your crackers up pretty good. If you had like a kind of food processor, it might work to grind this up a little easier, but we're going to do it the analog, old-fashioned method with a fork, friends. When you get done with it, these will not be recognizable as crackers. That's good enough, friends. And take your cracker crumbs, just kind of sprinkle it all out. Okay, then you want to go ahead, pop in the oven for 15 minutes. Okay folks, after that gets done cooking, carefully take it out with mitts on, oven mitts. Set it on a pot holder there and let it cool for at least 10 minutes, at least. Watch you don't burn yourself. If you burn yourself, it's your fault, folks. Well, friends, hope you enjoy that delicious tuna casserole. Hope that's a blessing to you. We'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.